Hi, everybody. I'm Stephanie. And obviously, there is someone missing, and that would be Nancy. She got stuck with one of those darn migraines again. She gets them once a month. She needs a little time off. I'm going to give her that. Obviously, I'm going to take care of her later tonight. I told her, I was like, "Do you want anything to eat?" And she goes, "I'm not hungry." Classic Nancy. But she will be back for the Sunday Live, and we miss her, and we can't wait to have her on. I have a special guest who has agreed to be my twinsy tonight and twin talk with me. I'm so excited. But if you guys like this channel, hey, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Nancy doesn't allow me to do that anymore. She goes, "Don't do it," because of the dog. So I got to do it tonight. And Instagram, we're on Instagram, of course, it's Silly Twins. And you can also find us on Twitter X. Well, can't wait for this, everybody. This is one of my favorite gals. She's a good friend of mine, and I've been wanting her on forever. I hope this is like a weekly thing. She's one of my favorites. I'm a huge fan. Everybody, welcome, please, to the show, Michelle from Royal Daily Tea.
And Stephanie, you can ring the bell all night long. It's okay. You can do it.
Thank you. I know she goes, "The dogs will get distracted." But thank you so much for being on. I'm such a huge fan. You are killing it at the game. I love your content, everything that you do. And guys, if you are not subscribing to Michelle at Royal Daily Tea, please give her a sub. I mean, I'm fangirling right now. That's all I can do.
It's my birthday on April 10th, so hopefully I get to 42,000. I'm at 41.5.
I think you'll do it.
Too, hopefully 3 weeks from now.
Yeah. So give me a little background how you started your channel and like what was the motivation? Obviously, you do like royal pop culture, breaking news, but what was the reason behind it?
Well, I started actually my 4-year anniversary was on March 8th, which was the Oprah Winfrey interview, the infamous Oprah Winfrey interview. And I told the story several times, but I started on TikTok because I've been a huge royal fan since I was a little girl. I actually watched Princess Diana's wedding on TV. That's how. But I grew up watching A Fairy Tale Princess. I mean, how could you not fall in love with a princess? She looked like Cinderella.
Yeah.
That Spencer tiara sparkled like no other tiara.
I know.
It really did. It was just, I was obsessed.
Yeah.
I watched that wedding from 8 in the morning till midnight. All day.
Yeah. And so you grew up with Harry and William and all that stuff.
And 10 years older than me.
Well,
so
yeah.
She was like a big sis.
Aww.
In the tabloids, you couldn't escape her if you wanted to. That's why I always think it's funny when Meghan Markle's like, "We didn't have tabloids." I'm like, "Excuse me, I grew up on tabloids." That's how I got my royal addiction. Was Diana was on the cover of every magazine, and I used to beg my mom to take me to the store, and she used to hate taking me because she knew that I would have to have a magazine, and she would always say, "Michelle, we don't have the money. We're going to go in. We're going to go out." And I'm like, "Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom." And then we would get to the checkout, and I would just casually put the Inquirer and the Globe, People magazine, just very quietly down, and she would end up buying it for me. And we joke about this all the time. So I was a huge royal fanatic, and I was happy when Harry got with Meghan. We were all excited, but there was red flags going off. And so when the Oprah Winfrey interview came out, I was stunned. I was like, "Did he just say what?"
Yeah, so that's when you started your channel.
Well, I never meant to be a royal commentator. I was just like everyone else, and I barely knew how to do TikTok, or I couldn't do a dance. I mean, right? And then all of a sudden, the Oprah Winfrey interview came out, and I was like, "Oh no, she didn't. Oh no, she didn't." So, girl, my videos were so bad. Well, I'm on my phone, and I'm like doing this and another thing, and I'm like 20 parts. You know, when it was like 60 seconds, girl, there was like 25 parts. Why Meghan Markle used the race card part 1, and I'm sitting here like recording with my stupid phone. 3 million views later, I got like 60,000 people overnight, and my account just blew up, and I got so much hate. And over 1,000 comments. I freaked out. I didn't know what to do. I had my name on it, had my picture. So I just immediately erased everything and came up with the Royal Daily Tea.
Yeah.
So overnight, I never thought 4 years later that I would have people wanting to hear what I have to say, a channel. It's ridiculous. Like, this was not supposed to happen. It just kind of happened. Like,
I'm
before
glad.
my royal videos blew up, girl, my biggest claim to fame was me talking about Panera Bread. And it was too expensive. And I got 10,000 views, and I'm like, I've made it. I've made it. Look at me. And then I get like millions of views later on Harry and Meghan. But at the time, you know, I was talking about Panera Bread.
Yeah.
You know, Panera Bread, how dare them, you know?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Try to be an influencer or, you know, commentator. But it's kind of funny, though, because it's full circle back to what I was as a child. I wish I would have known that this could be a career. I would have done this a long time ago, but I had no idea. People get paid to talk about royals? What?
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's
well, and also you told me before, hey, Dan Wooten's on your bucket list here. And so Dan, if you're watching, Dan says he watches. Dan, if you're watching Royal Daily Tea, here we go. Michelle, she's got all the 411 on everything. So you want some information, go to her.
He follows me on Twitter, so I feel very special.
There you go. Well, I just appreciate you being on here. You are a delight. Hey, so I was, you know, earlier this week, I don't watch The View. Do you?
If I can help it, it's a train wreck.
I only watched the Elizabeth Hasselbeck stuff with Rosie O'Donnell because I found the fighting on live TV just fascinating. I think I was in college when that was going on, and I was like, oh, I got to watch this stuff. But lately, it's just so boring and woke, and I want to die. And but they were talking about, this is how mainstream Meghan Markle has become. They started talking about Meghan on the show, and they go from women's appreciation and how much women should support other women, and then Joy Behar just drops this bomb at the end. And I want to read this to you, and then you give me your opinion, okay? So they're talking about the Gwyneth Paltrow Vanity Fair article that came out. And we all know, listen, we all read between those lines. Nancy and I called it. I'm sure you did too, Michelle, that Gwyneth Paltrow was shading Meghan.
Yes.
Agree? Okay, cool.
Yes.
So it says co-host Sarah Hines, this is The View. Co-host Sarah Hines also shared that she tends to be closer to women who don't view themselves as competition with others over a specific job. Well, that doesn't apply to Meghan because she actually stole the idea from other women, and she also stole her podcast idea from other women. So I don't know where that comes from. It says there are two types of women I've run into. The panelist 47 reflected, the ones that will shank you and the ones that will lift you. Where is she living? Shank you. Jeez Louise. You know what's amazing though? What an influence on culture Meghan Markle has, Navarro mused. I feel like she gets discussed all the time. That's true. Some people like her, some people hate her, some people don't care for her. Behar, this is Joy now, noted there is something about her that triggers people and suggested that it could stem from jealousy because we all wanted to marry a prince. So everyone is jealous of her. Is that it? Anna's not right. And then Anna Navarro, of course, is like, oh, God, Joy, please, God, no. So she looks at the camera, she starts shaking her head, and it cuts to the commercial. And it just goes on to say, you know, critics are calling Meghan exhausting and pointless, which I agree. But did you see that pivot, Michelle, that they were talking about how women should not have this divide and we should all support each other? And I feel like we do. I feel like people like you, Jen, Revealing, Sue Smith, all of us are like on each other's side. We never jump on lives that we shouldn't, you know what I mean? And they're preaching this. But then Joy says at the end, it's probably because you guys are just jealous. What do you think about that?
Well, Joy is probably the most joyless person that I've ever seen. All of them are a bunch of sour hags. Sorry. Because I'm not supporting y'all, but they're literally so bitter. And the show's called The View. It should just be called One View because I understood this concept. They always have left-leaning people and then one conservative that they beat up on who never gets a voice. It's like, why? Just call it One View, right? Your view. Yeah. And like how they say support women, but they don't support women who don't think like them or who don't vote like them. They're uneducated and stupid.
Yeah,
so
no.
you're not supporting women who voted the way they felt they should vote, right?
No,
So
you're
it's
right.
from you doesn't make them right or wrong. That's just their choice, but they degrade people who don't think like them on the regular, right? So they're kind of hypocrites there. And they always play the race card and they always play the jealous card. It's tired. It's like, get off that molehill. It's not a mountain anymore. It's a molehill. And they're going to die on that cross for their queen, Meghan, who doesn't do anything for anyone but herself.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, the ladies of the View lecturing us on women is like the Saudi government lecturing us on feminism. I mean, that's where we've come to. But I just wanted to so we got a lot of tweets in today about how the Sussex squad is going after Goop. Gwyneth Paltrow's brand Goop. And it says the Sussex Prince and Princess of Wales. You guys should subscribe to her as well. She's great. The Sussex squad attacking Goop is exactly the response I was hoping for. They're so stupid. They don't realize they're sinking Meghan Markle's hopes and dreams for her. Goop is fantastically popular and successful, run by someone who hasn't attacked anyone else to be successful. This is going to make the news eventually. And it did. It did make mainstream media. And the reason why it made mainstream media is because it's Gwyneth Paltrow. Let's be honest. She's a huge movie star, right?
I love Gwyneth Paltrow. I mean, she is a little elitist. She's a little highbrow, but
she's honest about it, Michelle.
She is who she is. I mean, when she was in that courtroom with those Jeffrey Dahmer glasses, and she was like, and I missed a full day of skiing. I mean, come on. I love that with her over the top bottled water that I have.
Be honest.
I mean, I love that. She's pretentious. She's a 1%. She's a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
That's Paltrow.
Yeah, and own it. That's what, Link Lauren and I were talking about that the other day. He's like, if Meghan came out with a series about how awful she is, everyone would watch and love it. Am I wrong?
Funny was I don't know if you remember this show. It was called, was Jessica Simpson. Were you around with Jessica Simpson and Nicholas?
Yeah. Oh, I used to watch that, of course.
She did the whole Chicken of the Sea.
Yes.
Was it called The Newlyweds?
Newlyweds, yeah.
I love that show because they were just themselves. If Meghan would really be herself with Harry behind the scenes, oh my God, I would watch it. It would be such a train wreck. I mean, the Housewives series, right? We all love them because they're a mess. Sandra, the ladies from New York, Orange County, they're a mess, but we like it. We like a train wreck.
Yeah.
And Meghan is missing the boat here because she's trying to become this perfect, I'm such a nice person, I'm a mom, da-da-da-da. And it's like, no, you're not. You're not. Just be who you are. You're a pretentious actress wannabe. You really, right? Walk around in tiara, right? Walk around in tiara and high heels. But that was practically what she missed in her wardrobe. She was so pristine. Martha Stewart's kind of a snot, but we like her. She's pretentious, but the woman can cook. She can decorate. That's who she is. She's authentic. The woman went to prison.
Oh, I know.
It's better than it's ever been. I mean, come on. She even went to prison and people still love her, right?
She's a gangster, man. She's cool.
She's a gangster. So Meghan almost needs to go on Saturday Night Live and do a whole character herself. Just to make fun of yourself. Literally make fun of yourself. But she won't. She's the victim. This victim narrative.
Yeah.
When she went on Drew Barrymore, that fake story she sold.
Oh.
I'm like, you didn't do yourself any favors on the show. Just be real, Meghan. Just be real.
I agree. But I guess there was just a lot of backlash with Goop. And we know Tracy Anderson is one of Gwyneth Paltrow's best friends. She does a lot of segments for the Goop website. She does cooking shows, exercise shows. And listen, all she did was she was on one of her cooking segments a couple days ago and she said, "Welcome to my actual kitchen."
That was a good shade, though.
It was great shade, and we all knew what she meant. But here's the problem. The Sussex squad go after her for no reason. It's a joke. What are you going to go after SNL now? You're going to go after SNL?
Jimmy Fallon made fun of her with the pretzels.
Who did?
Remember Jimmy Fallon? They had a show, and Jimmy Fallon had her husband on that haunted house. Yeah. Jimmy Fallon did something on his show where they made fun of her taking pretzels from one bag to another. I mean, come on, just they
She's
have to.
becoming a laughing stock, that's for sure. But of
Right,
course, Tracy Anderson had to apologize. Of course, because she doesn't want to ruin the Goop brand because it's a
right.
woman-owned company. And so she goes, absolutely no shade intended. I mentioned cooking in my own kitchen simply to show that I'm at home. That's a come on, give me a break. That's a stretch. Rather than in the professional Goop kitchen, always sending love and togetherness to all women. Of course, she has to say that because of the text says Goop Kitchen, and I was saying hi and stated where I was. I had no idea there was anything wrong or currently trending about the phrase actual kitchen. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's okay though, Tracy. I love you. Look through my entire life's work. It's all for women. So Michelle, what do you think? She was forced into this, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely. But what I do find funny is during the whole show, Megan kept saying, "Well, if I was in my real house, then I would be obviously making this makeup artist who I make on my show a room." We all know he's never staying in her house,
No.
but I would make up the guest room for him. But since I'm not in my house, I'm going to put it in this basket because y'all know I'm not filming in my house, right? But we're
Mhm.
going to pretend that my guest is coming over. So she kept, regurgitating that to let everyone know this is fake. So that's kind of her fault because she kind of kept repeating that,
Perpetuating the fakeness.
repeating it.
She
Yeah,
really did.
like somebody
Yeah,
was over, what shall we cook today? Oh, let's do an omelet in my fake rented kitchen. It was
yeah.
just really weird. So I
And
think they're just taking it, they're too people get offended.
mhm.
Give it a rest. I don't think it was meant, if it was a shade or wasn't a shade, so what? Move
Yeah.
on. They've said worse things about Catherine than
I was
about
just you and I are on the same page. I was gonna get to that. I'm like, I remember, we were talking about, oh, women needed to be together. Everyone needs to be together. We all have to come united. The
right.
Sussex Squad and Meghan Markle can't stand Princess Catherine. Do we not all remember that Harry put private text messages in his book Spare from Princess Catherine?
Right.
It First of all, I didn't even know that was legal. I thought in the States you couldn't share private text messages. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I honestly don't know the legalities. But again, the thing about Harry and Meghan is they just prove themselves. I mean, I think it's the 5-year anniversary of the Oprah Winfrey interview. People kind of
Mhm.
glossed over that. Was it the 5-year or the 4-year? No, I think it was the 4-year anniversary of the Oprah Winfrey interview, and 5 years since Megxit. But the beautiful thing about Harry and Meghan is that they really just showed themselves.
Mhm.
The royal family doesn't really need to do anything at this point. I'm actually going to work on a video exposing this.
Oh,
Is that
good.
a lot of people are frustrated with the royal family, like they're not doing anything, get rid of their titles. But honestly, what they've done is genius because they have kind of let Harry and Meghan just do what they want to do, and they've exposed themselves to the
Yeah.
world. And look where they are now. The woman can't even do green waffles without 20 people going, look at those damn waffles, right? But it's her fault.
Yeah.
It's her fault. She's done this to herself. She's made herself unlikable. And it's not just the British media, it's now in America, right?
Mhm.
So people can say that we're all jealous haters and we don't want to see a Black woman win. My
Oh,
best
please.
friend is Black. And they're going
Yeah.
to say, what's the racist say? Well, I guarantee you I have more Black friends than Meghan does,
Yeah.
literally, in my
Yeah.
circle. You don't see any Black or women of color in any of her circles. But again, these women will die on that Mount Hill for their queen. I'm like, she's not your queen. Where are your people?
Mhm. No,
Where are
you
your people?
definitely see Oprah. Oprah protects her. We're all supposed to think Oprah,
Well,
instead of
Oprah, but Oprah only doing it because she's waiting for the divorce interview. Everyone's waiting around for that divorce interview.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just go back to when she was on Oprah and then that viral video came out because it was behind the scenes and she called Princess Catherine Waity Katie, waiting to marry William. It's like it's stuff like that that drives me nuts. Do you think, Michelle, that that Meghan Markle will ever denounce the Sussex Squad for what they say to other women?
No, she hasn't done it for 5 years. Why would she start now?
No,
Because
you're right.
she's too much playing. She's a narcissist. Like,
Mhm.
look at HD Tudor. She is a narcissist, and she in her head believes she's a victim.
Right.
They believe their own lies. That she rewrites history. I know someone very close to me who's her twin, uh, and they They really believe that they're right, that they're victims. You're wrong. No matter what, you're wrong. They imagine things differently. Things happen differently. She writes history. So she needs defenders. So why would she tell them to go away? Because everyone else is against her. The British family wants to tear her down because they're jealous of her. So no, I don't think she'll ever denounce them. And if they get divorced, I think we all know she's getting them in the custody. They're not going to stick with Harry. Harry, you're on your own, son. But I think the Sussex squad is because they believe she's a woman of color and they need to protect her. So no matter what she does, doesn't matter. We're Team Meghan. But the sad truth is, we both know that there are some beautiful women of color who have married into the aristocracy royalty that we could name at least 4. Who she copied from, the Marchioness of Bath, who's best friends with Kitty Spencer, the cousin of William and Harry. And we all know she's Team William. But she doesn't represent the women of color. But they will die on that hill because it's a social construct that they're fighting against. So I don't even think it's Meghan. I think it's what she represents to them. That she's representation of them. And great, that's wonderful. We all need representation, but she's not it.
She doesn't, she would never have their backs. She would never fall on the sword for them, ever. She would never hang out with them, associate with them. Sorry, what?
Billionaires like Tyler Perry or Oprah.
Exactly. I mean, it's a shame, man. She could have done so much good and she just chose not to. Now, you brought this to my attention. You texted this to me earlier. I didn't even know about this.
It just dropped today, so this is hot news.
Yeah, it says Prince Harry's ex to launch podcast days before Meghan Markle with royal to appear. Now, you have a sixth sense about who's going to appear, right, Michelle?
Oh, no, it says in the article.
Oh, good. Okay, you tell me. I'm agreeing to this, so tell me.
Let me tell you all the tea, y'all. Let me tell you all the tea. So this is what I find hilarious. So Princess Eugenie was actually really good friends with Cressida. She introduced Cressida to Harry.
Wow.
They go way back. And then all of a sudden, Meghan gets in her orbit. You know, we all know she was stalking his friends, Soho House, whatever. And all of a sudden they're besties and, you know, she comes into Harry's orbit. But Eugenie never stopped her friendship with Cressida. So Cressida and her stepsister or her half-sister, they're launching a new podcast called Lessons from My Mother. And they're interviewing some really interesting women. And so Princess Eugenie is going to be on there, of course, talking about Fergie, her mom. They have Kate Winslet and a couple of other big people. We're talking... This is pretty big, guys. I'm excited about it. So I didn't read everything, but I knew Kate Winslet and Princess Eugenie are going to be a podcast, Lessons from My Mother. Now, y'all know some plates got to be flying. You want to see it? I love it. See, this is the reality show that I want. I want that camera on the wall when this story just dropped. So you know she's pissed. Right before her podcast comes out, here comes Harry's ex with a podcast. And she has Eugenie, who was never even on Archetypes. And we don't know she's going to be on this, you know, what is it? Founders.
Yeah.
But I call it single white female. But I just find that's hilarious, right? So
it's insane. I mean, the timing is superb for people like us. I can't wait to listen to this. I will be subscribing to this. She's such a beautiful gal. She really is. She's gorgeous.
She is. You know, both of his exes married up. Chelsea married a very, very rich, good-looking man. They have 2 kids, and Cressida also got herself a very nice husband. And I think they even have more money than Harry. I mean, not that that's important, but I do find it hilarious because y'all know Meghan's got to be pissed.
Yeah, I think you and I have more money than Harry.
But y'all know she was mad when she moved into Notcott, and he's sitting there in his underoos playing, you know, Warcraft, you know, with her IKEA lamp. She was pissed. But anyways, I love this. I love the fact that his ex has a podcast. So when I get more information, I'm going to send it out and make sure people follow her. I think
Please do, and keep us up to date on this on all the social stuff. Do you have anything coming up? Shows? I know you said you're going to investigate on this, but
yeah, I have
anything else?
something I'm working on. Hopefully for tomorrow. Is tomorrow Saturday? Yeah, for tomorrow.
Yes. Saturday.
Today. So hopefully a video will be coming out today. We're going to be talking about the theory of how the royal family, I think, played it well 5 years into Megxit, and
Mhm.
how Harry and Meghan only have themselves to blame because they're not in a good situation, in my opinion.
That's amazing. Yeah. Again, guys, if you have not subscribed to Michelle at Royal Daily Tea, please give her a subscribe. Her birthday's coming up. You know, my dad's on April 18th.
I'm the 10th.
Oh, you're the 10th, right? So it's the
We're
same
both Aries.
around the
Yeah,
same time. Yeah, Aries. Yes, it's Aries season, girl.
it is. It's Aries era.
I love it. I love it. But it's always such a good time to have you on, and I'm just so excited because I started off a fan, and now we're friends, and I really appreciate that. So you have been the best, and I can't wait to have you back on. Nancy will hopefully be recovering soon.
Hope so.
We shall see. We shall see. But thank you so much, Michelle. You are a delight, and everybody, please go subscribe. Love you. Bye. Guys, our animal charity today is the Asher House. I have a special place in my heart for them. This is where I got my dog Brody. I just want to bring attention to that and have everybody understand that the transportation fees are so expensive from states. We go to non kill shelters from kill shelters, and that takes money, gas, time, volunteers, and you guys are helping out so much. So please give to the Asher House. If you don't have to give today, you can also just share it with friends and family. We really appreciate it. Again, Nancy, I will go take care of her now, maybe draw her a bath, just try to make the migraine subside. And I want to thank again Michelle from Royal Daily Tea. She's the best. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.